Today, the entire SureCart team is excited to release the first public beta of SureCart version 3, which we've been talking about since the beginning of the year and releasing different sneak peeks, teasers, communicating about it every step of the way in our Facebook group as well as on our website. And we're excited to get this first beta release in your hands. Now, this is going to be an overview video of this new beta. We're going to upgrade a site. We're going to talk about the main changes. We're not going to go too in depth in each of these different things. However, this will end up probably being a longer video. And because of that, there'll be timestamps so you can easily jump around to where you want inside of the video. Now, I've shared in the past that this new version of SureCart, what we're actually aiming to accomplish. So we did a survey of all of our merchants at the end of last year, and it became very clear that we need to provide greater customization options to SureCart merchants that want to do totally custom things with their SureCart powered stores. So this version aims to do that, as well as lay the groundwork for native page builder integrations. And with this beta version, we're actually introducing at the same time our first native page builder integration with Bricks Builder. So we've rebuilt from the ground up our shop page, we've rebuilt our product page, we've rebuilt our cart system. And because of that, there's some really cool things that you're going to be able to do. So let's go over everything step by step, one by one. And the first thing I'm going to do in this video is show you the upgrade process from version 2 to version 3. Now, with version 3, it's a beta, and the way that WordPress works, we can't push beta updates to your site. So when you manually download the beta and then manually upload it to your website, you'll want to make sure that you're in our communication channels. So when we have an update to that beta, you'll find out about it and you can manually update it. But we don't expect the beta period to go for a long time. We don't actually even expect the beta to be buggy at all, because we've done extensive QA testing. We've had multiple users already use this beta. We're mostly doing this because there's some architectural changes and we don't want to catch anyone by surprise. So here is a website. Now, I built this on ZipWP, by the way. You can go here. It's free, get a free account, and you can build a SureCart powered store. And so I built this SureCart powered store right here, all using AI. It took me 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and upgrade this. So this is on version 2, and let's go ahead and update it. So I'll go to the back end of the site, and when I go to the plugins, you'll see I only have 2 plugins, and SureCart is on version 2. So I'll click on Add New Plugin, and then I'll click on Upload Plugin. Now, there'll be a link in the video description on how you can always get the latest version of SureCart 3 beta as well. And then you just download it to your computer and then upload it to your site. So I'm going to go and add it. There it is. I'll click on Install Now. And then you get to this screen. It says the current version is version 2 and the version I'm adding is version 3. Yours will say beta, even though mine says alpha. I'll click on replace current with uploaded. And essentially what this does is it replaces the version that's on your site with the brand new version. Now, this is kind of funny. One of the concerns that I had when we were coming out with this new version was that there's not a lot visually that has changed. So in the back end, so would you even notice the change? Now there's a ton of changes and we're going to go through them all, but I thought that was funny. So you're going to be greeted with this notice right here. It says SureCart getting things ready. And it says, we are getting things ready and optimized in the background. So essentially it's converting the store over to version 3. Now you will run into a problem in one instance that we've seen, and that's where maybe you're doing this in a staging site and everything's locked down and password protected. This is not going to work. So you're going to have to disable that password protection on your site so it can do this. That's the only issue that we came across. All right, so there's a little X here. You can do that, and it's going to just completely upgrade everything in the background. Now, I'm going to click on products right here, and I just have the default data that we ship as an option. So I've got a list of products here. Now, there's two things that you're going to want to check when you upgrade. The first one is if you've created any custom CSS that you're applying to things, it might not work. You might have to adjust your custom CSS. It might stop working. And that's because before we had something, if you wrote custom CSS, you know what I'm talking about. We had something called the shadow DOM, and now we don't. So it's going to be way easier to add custom CSS, but the old custom CSS you may have written will just need to be adjusted a little. So you're going to want to check all your custom CSS. And then the other thing is, let me go into a product here and I'll explain it. So the prior versions of SureCart, when you uploaded an image, it didn't use the native WordPress media library that's on your site. It uploaded it to SureCart, we optimized that image, and we kept it there. But we are switching that. So in version 3, when you add an image, it's stored locally on your site. This is great for many reasons. But if you're upgraded from version 2 to version 3 and you look at your images like this, you'll see this little icon on the bottom right corner of an image. And that's letting you know that this image is not on your local website. It's in the cloud on our optimized servers. So what you'll want to do is click this little icon. You'll see it spinning for a split second, and then it goes away. And essentially what this means is now that image has been added to your local media library. So now if I go into my media library, let me click on save because I made that image change. And then now I'll go into my local media library. You can see there's that image. So it downloaded the image to the site for me. Now you might want to go through and download all your images so they load locally from your site. And new images that you upload will be in the media library. So when I click here to add a new image, you can see it's pulling up in the local media library. And you have all these options here that you want to pay attention to: accessibility settings, alt text, and all of that. It's going to be over here on the right. So those are really the two main things that you want to look at when you upgrade. Now, the first main architectural change in SureCart version 3 is it's now going to become way more extendable. So now it's all your products are a local custom post type. And what that means is you can use some of the popular plugins to add custom fields to your products. So this would be advanced custom fields or Metabox. Those plugins will see the SureCart product type and allow you to add custom fields to it. And then what you would do is you'd take those custom fields and then you could display them in any way that you want inside of your product templates. Another side benefit is you can also use that data in custom loop builders. So if you're using a page builder that has a loop builder and you want to display custom data from custom fields or SureCart data in those custom loops, you're going to be able to do that as well. And another huge benefit of this is SEO plugins that create sitemaps. They're going to be able to see all the products on your site and create a sitemap for them very easily. So let me just show you a little bit about custom fields. So I'm going to go to plugins and I'll choose add new. Now you can use the one that you like to use. I'm just going to use advanced custom fields. So over here on the right, I'm going to do a search for advanced custom fields. And here it is right here. So I'm going to click on install. So what I'm going to show you how to do is add some custom fields right now. I'm going to click on activate and it adds this new menu item here. So I'll click on that. And so what I'm going to do is create a field group. So I'm going to click right here where it says add new. Now, the first thing up here at the top is we'll want to give this a name. So you can create custom fields for all of your products or a certain collection of your products. It's up to you. So I'm just going to name this products, but you can get as detailed as you want. Okay, now that I've done that, we scroll down a little bit, and this is where we can add the custom fields that we want. So I'm not going to make this the full tutorial on how to create custom fields. It's just to want to demonstrate it. But our team has done some really neat testing with this, with uploading files, different repeater fields, all kinds of stuff our team has done. So, okay, text, field label. Let's just call this benefits. Great, and this would be for just displaying some benefits. I probably wouldn't want the field type text. I might want like a text area for that. There we go. And so this is good. And you can add more custom fields. I just added this one. I can click here to add additional fields. So let's just go with this one field, and then down here with the settings. So we have post type right here, and you can scroll down and see all the post types. But what we're going to choose is post type is equal to, instead of post, we're going to choose this option here that says SureCart product, just like that. And that's it. Now you could also, if it was a product collection you want this field type to show on only, you can configure that right here. So I'll go ahead and click on Save Changes. Perfect. So now when I go into a SureCart product, I'll go into this first product right here. And when you scroll down, you're going to see what we just created. So I'm going to scroll down. You see it says right here, products. That's what I named it. I could have named this anything, or I could have maybe named it products custom fields. And then here I can enter in what the benefits are of this product. And then I can take the value of this custom input that I've created, and I can display it inside of my product pages. So experienced developers know all about this stuff and all the cool things that you are now going to be able to do, simply because you can have unlimited custom fields using any of these off-the-shelf solutions very easily now with SureCart. Now, the next new change that you're going to be able to start using right away, because as I explained earlier, we're now using the local media library, we are able to add variation-specific images. And so what that means is when someone is viewing a product on your page and there's variations, say the variation is the color. And when they choose, when your customer or potential customer chooses a variation, you can have the images that show be specific to that variation. Really simple way of thinking of this: if you have a white shirt and a black shirt, you can have it be when they click on black, it shows the black shirt. When they click on white, it shows the white shirt, something entirely different. Now, doing this is very easy. So here's a product that has multiple variations to it. So when I scroll down, it says here we have the size and we have the color. So we have these three different colors right here. So say I want it to be when someone clicks on gray, it shows a gray shirt, black shirt, red shirt. So let me just show you quickly how it's done with a basic example. So what you need to do is you need to know what the variation is. So you can see this variation is gray, G-R-E-Y, because we're going to need to enter that for the unique image. So say this image right here, use vision. It's obviously not a shirt. None of these are shirts. But I'm going to click where it says edit. Over here on the right, there's this new option that says variant, and it says enter the variant name as it appears. And so right here, if I wanted this image to only show when someone chooses black, I just need to enter the word black right here, the exact name of the variation. So I've entered it, and I'll click on select. And what you'll notice is in this thumbnail preview, it now says black here in the bottom left corner to let you know this is a variation specific image. Now I've also set the first image here to the first variation, which is the default variation that will show. So let's take a look at this. I'll go to view product, and when I scroll down, here's my variations, and the first image is set to show with gray, but when I choose black, it's showing that variation specific image. So you're able to set these variation specific images now. Now, the next big change is a little technical, but there's a lot of benefits here. So we migrated to something called the Interactivity API. It's a new technology that was included into WordPress about 6 months ago that is specifically made for dynamic websites like an e-commerce website in order to speed it up, make all those interactions that are required to be lightning quick, instantaneous. So these are things like clicking through galleries, clicking through pages, adding things to cart, all of that. This Interactivity API is to make these interactions instantaneous right where the user is. So along with this switch to the Interactivity API, we rebuilt all of our blocks, all the components for the shop page and the product page and the cart. So there's a lot more options. We've removed the shadow DOM. There's a lot of settings now for customizations, things that were before blocks of components together where there wasn't a lot of options to change things. Now you have these options to change every little thing to your heart's content. Let's first take a look at the shop page and the options that are there. So I'm going to go here and let's visit our shop page. And if you notice, it's extremely fast. So I'll click on Edit Page, and then I will expand it out by clicking right here. Here's our product list, and you'll see everything is now an individual component, and you can do a lot of things that you couldn't do before. So for example, I'm clicking on this for the filter. You can style this, position it wherever you want, separate from all of the blocks that are surrounding it. Same thing with the search. I can move this wherever I want, style it exactly how I want. There's all of these new options that you have available here. So each of these things, as you click into them, there's much greater customization, and you can move it where you want, which is, I think, the greater thing. The same goes here with these filters. Say you want to customize it. So I'm going to click right here where it says tag, and we have these options to very easily customize the colors. So if you wanted to do something dramatic, you can go like that. You might as well make the text white though. And you can change borders, radiuses, size. If you wanted this large, you can make it however you want to make it. The customization options are there for where they are and how they display. And the same thing goes for the list itself. So with this, you can add custom things into it. You can add third-party blocks into it. You can really go to town on this. However, because of this expanse in the customizability there, including your custom field data, I felt that it could feel a little overwhelming to a user to get what they want. So we've built in a really cool templating system that I just love. And this will probably be enough for most users. And then you can dig into the nitty gritty and start customizing it. So if I click here, there's a new option. When you click on product list, it says replace. And when you click on this, there are multiple templates that you can choose from, and it's very fun to use. So for example, say I wanted to have a product slider on my homepage. Here it is. It looks beautiful. There's these navigation options here on the top right, and my products are there, and I can customize it from here. So it gives us a great starting point for different layouts that you might want. And say you look at this, I don't like this. We'll click back up at the top, and you'll see the option here to replace, but there's also something cool called shuffle. And when you click on shuffle, it's just going to choose a different layout. You see how this has kind of a staggered layout like that? Let me click it again. This has this kind of a grid layout. And then here is that traditional layout that we started with. So there's great customization options in here in each and every little piece that makes up this product list that you could put anywhere on your website. But we also have this templating system that we built in here. And I'm sure over time we'll come up with new designs that we could just put in here to make things easier for you to get a unique look for your store. Next, let's look at the product page template itself, because everything here is a component that you can move around wherever you want and style however you want, including these different selector options that we have, which is really cool. So I'll click on Edit Product, and I'm going to edit the template. So right here it says Template. I'll click on Edit this template, and you're going to get to see how there's a unique style and flexibility that you didn't have before. So where I like to show it most is in these options here. So for example, I've clicked on this. Each of these are different components that you can move where you want and style how you want. It might be easy if I expand out the list view here so you can see these are these little bits that make up one of these pricing pills are completely independent now, for styling independent and for putting in an independent spot inside of your layout. So for example, here's the price right here. And when I click on it, I have unique styling options that I didn't end up having before. So if I wanted, say, this to be larger, I can go like that. And now that price is going to be pretty darn large. Maybe we don't want to do that. Maybe we want to make it tiny. It can be however you want it to be. And you can change this layout. If you don't want these stacked together and you want them shown on a single line, you now have that flexibility because everything's broken up into its own component. So you could, let's just change the text color just to make it real simple and obvious. There we go. Now this is a template. It's going to affect all of the products on this site. You can make unique templates that only apply to certain products as well. Anyways, I'll go ahead and click on Save, and let's see the damage that I've done. It might look atrocious. There we go. So it's very big and it's very colorful. But this is to give you an idea of how unique you can make your product pages and all these little elements that make up your product page, and you can position them in unique places. So we'll have to get together and make some tutorials for you to show you some creative ideas that you can use this, but I'm pretty sure the web creators that are comfortable with moving things around are starting to see all the options that are now available to them. And don't forget, you can now use third-party blocks. So if you're already into the block ecosystem and there's a certain package that's your favorite, whether it be Cadence, Spectra, GeneratePress, or whatever it is, you'll be able to use those blocks on your product page. You'll be able to use those blocks inside of your product list block on your shop page. So there's this greater customization that's available as well with making custom filters and stuff like that. There's a product called WPGridBuilder. We've tested that with SureCart 3, and you're able to use that to make custom grids as well. And now we're at the part where I show you our first native page builder integration, and it's going to be for Bricks Builder. This was one of the most requested integrations, so we decided to start here first. And let me just quickly show you it, but there'll be a dedicated video to this that you'll want to go through if you plan on using Bricks Builder with SureCart. So first of all, it's all native elements. We natively use Bricks template system. Let me show you around. So I'm going to go to Bricks and I'm going to click right here where it says templates, and you'll see I've created a few. Now, I wanted to add one bit of information. I am not a Bricks expert. I'm a Bricks beginner myself. And a lot of the staff we have in our support desk are getting up to speed with Bricks. So we'll do our best to support you. Bricks is very powerful. Bricks, there's lots of ways of doing the same thing. So we'll help you as best we can, but it's going to take us a little bit of time to get up to speed with things. And Bricks is more of an advanced tool anyway. So there's this expectation of some knowledge that you bring when you're using Bricks. So if you have that, I'm sure you're going to end up being fine, but we'll do our best to help you out with non-SureCart related Bricks things. That's what I'm mostly concerned with, the non-SureCart related Bricks concerns. I've run into some challenges myself, but it's a knowledge issue of Bricks. It's not SureCart. Anyways, let me show you. So you can go here, add a new to create a new template. give it a name. If you look over here on the right where it says template type, you can see we have the single product page as well as the collection archive page. And there's conditions and target rules for these. So if you want to make a template for certain products or just products in certain collections, you're able to do that natively using Bricks. So you would choose that and then you would go into the Bricks editor. Now I've made a product template already. You can see this is all the testing we've been doing. Let me click on Edit with Bricks. Now I'm going to show you the native elements we have. But the first thing I'll do is I'm going to click right here and just delete all of the brick stuff that I have in there. And over here where the elements are, I'm going to scroll all the way down to show you what we have for SureCart. And it's these right here. So first you're going to see SureCart layouts. These are one-click layouts that use the SureCart elements. And it does everything for you as a starting point. So we have it for the product page as well as the product card that you would loop. So I'll click on product and you're going to see, boom, it's going to add it right now. It's rendering out. And now you can start clicking on things, customizing them, adding your custom classes. Everything's movable and you can see the full structure is over here on the right. Right here, we have the different elements that you can use inside of this product card right here. So this is how you would start making a custom product page. There's a lot that you can do here. Now, the second thing that is really nice is dynamic content. That's really, I think dynamic content and conditions are some of the real strengths of Bricks Builder that have impressed me. So we support that stuff. So for example, let me just throw something down. I'm going to throw right here this basic text element, and I'm just going to throw it underneath the product gallery right here. It's right here. I'm going to clear out the default text, and here is the dynamic data button you can click on, and you'll see right here at the top, it says SureCart product. And then here's all the bits of dynamic data. You can see it's pretty exhaustive that you can insert here. So like something simple like product price. What's really nice is you can go like that, put a space and use another bit of dynamic data just like that. It's very easy. So you have all of that as well as the conditions that are built into Bricks Builder. So right here is conditions. So I can add a condition. I can select a condition. And when I scroll down, I'll choose dynamic data. And then right here, now I can see the dynamic data. So condition of price. It's really nice if there's a number because then you can make calculation. This is a way you can very easily show how much product stock is there. So, and only show that display when the stock is below a certain threshold. So you have all of that access right here, very, very easy. So I've probably butchered this. So let me get out of there without saving it. Okay, so now let me take you to the product card for Bricks Builder. So you can go directly into the shop page that SureCart creates, open it up, switch it to Bricks, and put in a query loop and then drop in the product card. I made a custom loop right here, Bricks product loop. I'll click on Edit with Bricks. And you'll see right here is my loop. Now, it's all appearing underneath right here. So I have a container and then I have a div, and this is where my query is, and underneath it is the product card. So let's go ahead and put the default product card there. So I'm going to click here and remove what I've added. Perfect. Let's go to the SureCart elements. I'll scroll down. And right here is the product card. So I'm going to drag and drop that underneath right into my product loop. And you can see I have it right here. Now there's an issue with my product loop, which is why the third product is not showing right here. So it shows fine on the front end. I think it actually is a setting that I have here. And this text is pushing it out, but it doesn't look like that on the front end. Anyways, all of this you can click into and start customizing. So if I wanted to change this cell badge, I can click on it. I can make the text say whatever I want, and then I can go here and style it however I want, including linking it to custom classes that I might have. So let me actually fix this query loop. I don't like the way it looks. It's going to bother me. I know I just need to add a wrap. So I'm going to click right here where it says pricing. I think a wrap is what would do it. Yeah, there we go. The wrap did it and it's looking the way I want. Perfect. So you can add more dynamic data. You can add buttons. You can add any of our elements right here that we have made available. You can add them in here. You can do some really custom things. We had someone on our team use the Bricks modal and did a quick view. So you would click on a button on the product list, it would appear the product information in the modal, and you could add it to cart and purchase it right then and there. So let me go ahead and save this and view it on my site. So here it is, my custom product loop. You can see it looks exactly as you would expect it. I didn't customize it. Obviously, if you're a Bricks user, you can go to town on this quite easily. So now let's do some survival stuff. These are some simple troubleshooting things you can do to fix problems that you might have. So the first one is the product page. So you saw earlier, I kind of butchered the product page. I'm going to show you how to reset this. So if you're doing some design experiments and you want to go back, there's an easy way to go back, but there's a specific way to get there to do it. So you can see I butchered this. I added this gigantic font with this color and all of that. And I just want to go back to how it was. Very simple. So let's go to the back end of your site. Then we're going to go to Appearance right here, and we'll select Patterns. And in this UI, we're going to click right here. It says all template parts. And these are the different template parts that make up SureCart. And the first one I see here is the product. So I'm going to click on product, and I can see I got to reset this thing. Very easy. But it's hidden. There's these three dots on the top right, kind of right here. And when you click on it, you have an option to duplicate and to reset. So when I click on reset, I just have to confirm it. And now you're going to see it's all been reset. So any kind of thing I could have messed up, it's all been reset for me. So that was easy. And then you can just back out of here. I'll click on the WordPress logo. I'll click on it again, and I'm back in my dashboard, and it's no longer going to show that way. Now, but then just so you know, that's destructive. Any changes you made are going to all be wiped out, and you're going to have that default product layout. Now, the second thing that might be confusing is when you're in the editor and you look at your shop page, it might look a little funny. Let me go and show you. So when I click on Pages and I go to Shop and you look at the product list right here, you notice a problem. I have a picture here, but I don't have a picture anywhere else. What is wrong? Well, this was upgraded earlier in the video from version 2 to version 3, and I didn't download the images. So it was coming from the local media library. I only did it on this first product. So until you download those images, if you've upgraded from 2 to 3, this is how it's going to look. So it's real simple. Just get out of here, and I'll go to my products, and I'll show you that next product right here. I'll go ahead and download the image right here. I'll just download the image. In fact, I can download them all just by clicking on them one by one. And this is how you'll have to convert to having all the images for existing products downloaded to your local media library. So there, I've downloaded it. Now I'm going to go to Pages. I'm going to go back into my shop page. And from there, you'll see that second product will have the image there. So I'm going into the shop page. It's all rendering out, and you can see here is the second product, and it's there just fine. While we're here, let me show you some really cool stuff. I'm going to click on the product image. I don't know if you knew this, block editor, you can do this duotone thing right here if you wanted to, really stylize things. I don't know if you want to do that, but this is just showing you can do some really cool stuff with this new version. So there you have it, SureCart version 3. If you have any issues with the beta, make sure you could just reach out to us. We're listening. We're going to be super attentive and responsive to you. We want to make it as smooth as possible. I don't anticipate many bugs at all because we've done the extensive testing ourselves. So we don't treat you like our beta users. We want to give you a solid product, but we do need this time to give merchants an opportunity to add the version 3 to their site and just check it. Just check it for anything. If you had custom CSS, adjust it just to check your site. We're here to support you, but also make sure that you are in our communication channels. So you can follow us join our Facebook group. That's where we'll be very quick and communicative when there's a new release, because during the beta period, you're going to have to manually update to the next beta if we do need to have additional betas. There you have it. That's SureCart version 3. We've made it for you, and we can't wait to see these new custom things that you create.